welcome back to our final fabulous segment here on CityLine. With me, direct from the Comfort Cafe. How was the Comfort Cafe, people?
Comfy.
It was comfy.
Was it comfy?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'll let the proprietors know that they're doing a very good job with that. Michael C. and Ryan, you are the Next Move Partnership Coordinator for Tacoma Public Schools. Welcome back to CityLine.
Thank you.
Michael, how long has it been since you've been on the comfy couch?
Oh, a few years now.
I mean, you and I are now at coffee shops, so we go, hey,
That's right.
I love you. And then we go off and do our own thing.
Absolutely.
You brought with you just some phenomenal individuals. Let's talk to Tuli Lashiba. You are the Director of Diversity and Community Outreach for Corsmo Construction. Welcome to CityLine, Beauty.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I love having you. You brought with you Drayden Vaughn. Drayden, cutie patootie, you are a former intern of Next Move Internships. You are the real deal, as we call it. I can't wait to hear from you and hear about your experience. So, Michael, what is Next Move? Is it a chess move? Is it a movie? Is it a active rights movement? What is this?
It's an amazing opportunity for all of the students in the city of Tacoma to try out the career interests and get connected to mentors in the community before they make those crucial decisions for post-high that can be very, post-high education can be very expensive, but this way they know what they want to do. They can identify, research, try out their career interests before they commit to that post-high education. And we've been doing this for 20 years in Tacoma. It's the best kept secret, and we're thrilled to be here so that everybody can participate and we can build a very robust future workforce in Tacoma.
Absolutely. And what you said, before they get to the point where they're ready to make those decisions, they get to try it before they buy it. Mm-hmm. And that is so important. Mm-hmm. Tuli, what do students gain from this experience? Because you looked at me and gave me a wink just now, and I know you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is actually an opportunity for the students to try it out before they actually make any decision. So what happens most times is we push the students to go to college, right? That's like literally, okay, you go to high school, you go to college, and that's literally the only direction they know. And they go to college and they're like, well, this is not what I wanted.
No.
But if you actually become an intern, you get to choose whether that direction you thought was good for you is good for you or not. And you get networking opportunities. Drayden and I were just talking about that. And he's here today. He's making connections, he's networking, he's meeting people. And it's learning those soft skills. We know how important that is. You can know how to do the job, but if you don't have those soft skills, then it doesn't like really work. You need to know how to present yourself. I'm in the construction field. Sometimes it's hard. You need to understand how the field is. So it makes a difference. It's understanding those few skills, and then you get to meet a lot of people, and you know that the decision, whether you go to college or not, you know that it's the right thing for you.
Oh, and Drayden, I can't wait to hear about your experience. So, Michael, there are paid internships for students in the summer. What is the benefit, though, of an unpaid experience if we had to look at the question of why should we pay?
Absolutely. Well, they really go hand in hand. The opportunity to have a paid experience in a program like Jobs 253 allows a student to work on a specific task and get a first paycheck and learn how to do that. It's beautiful. In complement to that, the Next Move allows students, because it is unpaid, it allows them to try out and really learn all about an organization and what it takes to do that job, go to meetings, go to events, work with different groups so that they're able to make a really informed choice for their future. And I want to thank the city of Tacoma. We're here on CityLine because many, many departments in the city of Tacoma have supported this for a long time, and especially Jacqueline Fuller in Environmental Services. She has a cohort of of at least 20 students
love her.
who are going all over town learning what our departments are about, what our
That's
city
right.
is doing, and then they're working with those intern hosts. So it's a beautiful thing. We just want everybody in our city to say, I'm in if you have a qualified candidate interested
Oh,
in my business.
I love that I'm in part. So Tuli, as an intern host who you have taken this on, in addition to your regular work and your other life that you have, what was your expectation going into this and what did it turn out to be?
So for us, the main thing was because we want to give this young person that experience that they can take on to the world. We did not want to fail them. We wanted to bring them into an environment where they can learn, but they can also feel safe. So we were very, we had to sit down as a company and make sure that we do have that safe space for that young person. But also in the construction industry, there's L&I, there's all these different kind of things. The kids can't go to the job site if they are under 18. So we had to sit down with Michael and say like, hey, Michael, can you help us with this? And that's what I love about Next Move. They support you throughout this whole time. So we were like, okay, can the students do this? Can they do this? So we had that support throughout. And I always say for us, when we took on the interns, we are putting ourselves in a great position for the future because now we are the front runners when it comes to that, like the future
That's right.
pipeline of workers. So even though I am busy, I know that I am building the future generation that can come back and work for us at Cosmo or work at other companies as well.
Absolutely.
But as we know, there is a lot of, there is shortage in the industry, especially the construction industry. We need labor. So we actually, my boss always says we have to like fish upstream. So
There we
that
go.
means
So-
we get them early.
So let's talk about this gorgeous fish right here. Drayden, as an intern last year, tell us about your experience.
My experience interning was nothing but positive. I would say that I learned the ins and outs of how to run a business, of how to commute with clients, and then also just generally what it takes to be in a community. My work was very community-based, so yeah, there's just a lot.
So what did you learn in your intro to that internship class that prepared you for this? Because you're talking about being out there in the community. Tuli's talked about those soft skills that you garner from this. How did that feel?
It taught me how to represent myself professionally, both in an
Yes.
interview, in a work environment. I learned basic skills, how to write a cover letter,
Where were
a
you
resume.
interning?
I was interning at the Productivity Parlor for Artful Living. They are a micro business down in downtown Tacoma. We are a sewing studio. So we
Wow.
teach people how to sew. We do alterations, custom designs, theatrical costuming. We do a lot. And we
My
take
goodness.
interns every year. So.
That is incredible. So why do you think this would be a valuable experience for other high school students? Because high school students are busy. They have a
Yes.
lot on their plate. So how did you manage this?
It was really nice that it's set up during school hours. You set aside class periods to go to your on-site internship. It is work experience like no other. It is education like no other. And it can open doors and make really strong connections within a community for your future. Yeah, I think every intern and every high school student should look into doing an internship.
And I think that every employer should be so fortunate to have this in front of them because you are fantastic. Last question for you. How did your internship educate you post-high school plans? Because as Michael said, and also as Tuli said, sometimes we get in this track where it's like, you're going to college or you're not. So how was it for you?
I originally wanted to go to college. I got into a college, and as I worked through my internship through the last couple of years of high school, I realized what I wanted to do was I wanted to sew, and I wanted to create things the minute I graduated. So I got to do that during the summer, and instead of going to college, I'm a full-time employee. I have other opportunities. I've done costuming, so I've costumed for Tacoma Opera, Tacoma Method last year.
Yes.
And then Puget Sound Revels just this last winter. And it really opened my eyes to opportunities I didn't think I was going to enjoy. When I first got in, I thought, you know, I'm just going to come in, I'm going to sew, and that's what I'm going to do. No, I've gotten to run a social media account for the business. I've gotten to talk to clients, costume shows,
Incredible.
fix wedding dresses, you know, teaching
right.
the last couple of years of interns, and also just us hosting sewing classes. So I've gotten a wide range of things I didn't think I was going to get.
Thank you, and thank you for this beautiful program, for bringing it to us, for this beautiful bright light, and for all the work that goes into it. And I want you back on this couch sooner than later, all right?
You got it.
Deal. That wraps up another great segment of CityLine. It is always a pleasure and a privilege to be in your home. Well, we've given you some really great things to think about, so go out there, be a part of the tapestry, and above all, pay it forward. And when you come back, as always, we'll be waiting for you right here at CityLine. Take care.